Are you thinking about registering your livestock with a breed association? Whether you're raising heritage hogs, dairy goats, chickens, horses, or purebred cattle, it might seem like the next logical step. But today, we're going deeper, beyond the surface benefits and into the nitty-gritty that most people don't talk about. Because when it comes to breed associations, there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and not all of it is pretty. Stick around to the end, because we'll talk about the biggest con of all, and what could actually be the missing link these organizations need. Hey, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about real-world farming, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Today, let's break down the real pros and cons of registering purebred livestock with breed associations. First off, what does registration even mean? When you register an animal, you're documenting its pedigree and genetic background through a breed association. It's official proof that your animal is part of a recognized breed line. Kind of like a birth certificate, but with ancestral bragging rights. These papers are important for tracking genetic lines, avoiding interbreeding, and identifying positive qualities associated with certain genetics. Most registrations are marked by tattoos or tags that the animal carries for their lifetime. Let's talk about the pros first. Pro number 1, pedigree matters. If you're selling breeding stock, registration boosts your animal's perceived value, sometimes by hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Many buyers won't even consider purchasing an unregistered animal, especially for show, breeding, or specific programs. In some circles, a registered pedigree is like a resume, and without it your animals won't even get in the door. It's also a trust signal. It tells buyers that you've done the work to maintain breed integrity, and that your animals are what you say they are, and another body has certified that trust. Pro number 2, access to breed-specific resources. Most associations give you access to helpful tools, genetic calculators, AI directories, and sometimes even mentorship programs with breeders who've been doing this for over 30 years. Some offer disease resistance tracking, line breeding avoidance software, and recorded webinars on everything from rotational grazing to artificial insemination in rare breeds. It's not just paperwork, it can be a legitimate toolbox if you're trying to breed smarter, not harder. Pro number 3, preserving heritage and genetic integrity. If you're working with rare livestock, like Piney Woods cattle, Gloucestershire Old Spot pigs, or San Clemente Island goats, registration isn't just a business move, it's a conservation act. These associations are often the last line of defense between these breeds and extinction. They help track who owns what, where animals are located, and which bloodlines are still genetically viable. Without these efforts, we risk losing centuries of carefully adapted genetics in just a single generation. And unlike common commercial breeds, many heritage animals don't have the numbers to bounce back on their own. Once a bloodline is gone, it's gone forever. Registries play a crucial role in preventing that. They maintain detailed herd books and breeding records, sometimes going back generations. This allows breeders to match lines, avoid inbreeding, and intentionally strengthen traits like parasite resistance, forage efficiency, or mothering ability, traits that matter far more on a real farm than how an animal looks in a show ring. And here's where it gets practical. Let's say you're trying to reintroduce a certain bloodline into your herd. Maybe you've got a sow whose genetics trace back to a nearly lost boar line. You're not going to find that boar by chance on Craigslist, but the registry can connect you with another breeder 3 states away who still has descendants of that line. Sometimes they'll help arrange semen shipping or transport logistics. This kind of network doesn't exist outside of a breed association, and for rare breeds, that access can make or break your entire breeding program. So in that way, registration isn't just about papers, it's about preserving a living history. Pro number 4, networking opportunities. Annual conferences, online forums, and even private Facebook groups often come with your membership. You'll get access to people who've been through every breeding mistake you're about to make, and love the breed as much as you do, and who are surprisingly willing to help you avoid them. These relationships are gold. They might help you sell your first animals, solve a genetic issue, or even swap breeding stock with someone halfway across the country. So far, so good, right? Now let's dig into the flip side, the stuff nobody really talks about unless you've lived it. Con number 1, it's expensive. Let's start with the money. Registration isn't free or cheap. You'll pay per animal per year, sometimes for transfer of ownership, DNA testing, late registration penalties, and more. Some organizations even charge for duplicate copies of paperwork. It's death by 1,000 cuts. And for small farms this adds up. One breeder told me they spent over $1,200 just registering a litter of pigs because of all the add-on fees, and that was before they even made a single sale. Con number 2, rules and red tape. Every association has its own set of rules, and some of them haven't changed since the 1970s. Miss a deadline by a day? Too bad. Want to register an animal whose parent was never registered? Nope. Some associations won't even let you correct paperwork errors without notarized letters or a board vote. There are stories of entire bloodlines being disqualified over a single missing signature. The rigidity is supposed to protect the breed, but sometimes it just punishes honest farmers. Con number 3, limited market appeal. This one surprises a lot of new breeders. Registration might matter to you, but your customers might not care at all. If you're selling to homesteaders, backyard hobbyists, or families looking for a pet goat or a freezer pig, they're more likely to ask how the animal was raised, not what paperwork it has. You could spend hundreds registering animals and never see a dime back if your market just wants happy, healthy livestock, not pedigrees. Con number 4, disorganization and lack of tech. Here's the elephant in the room. Many associations, especially for heritage breeds, are shockingly disorganized. We're talking about paper records stored in someone's spare bedroom. You might mail in a check, wait 10 weeks and then get paperwork back with the name of the wrong animal on it. One breeder told me their registration was lost twice because the volunteer secretary went on vacation. Others say they've emailed 4, 5, even 10 times with no reply. No digital database, no automated tracking, just 1 or 2 overworked people doing their best. But often not well enough. And if they step away, sometimes the entire system grinds to a halt. Con number 5, aging membership. Here's something nobody likes to say out loud, but it needs to be said. Most breed associations are run by older farmers, many of whom are in their 70s or 80s. They've dedicated decades to preserving these animals, often unpaid and unthanked. But there's a leadership gap. Younger farmers aren't stepping in, and that's scary, because when these folks retire, or worse, there's often no plan in place. Records can get lost, websites go down, breeds start to vanish, not from neglect but from organizational collapse. So what's the big takeaway? If you're breeding livestock for high-value sales or to preserve rare genetics, registration can absolutely be worth it. But you need to go in with your eyes open. It's not just about paperwork, it's about money, time, patience, and sometimes frustration. And here's the biggest con of all: disorganization. It slows everything down, it discourages new breeders, it erodes trust, and worst of all, it puts entire breeds at risk. But here's the good news: you can be part of the solution. These associations desperately need fresh energy and new young enthusiasts. They need people who can create digital systems, simplify registration processes, and carry the torch into the next generation. These registries face many problems, but they can be solved with more help and more involvement. If you care about farming and conservation, step up. Join a board, volunteer, offer your skills, because the animals are only half the equation. The other half? It's the people who care enough to keep the wheels turning and keep these breeds going. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with another farmer or breeder. And let me know in the comments, have you registered your livestock? Was it worth it? What challenges have you faced with associations? Until next time, keep your boots dirty and your data clean. See you soon.